Hola, hola, hola.
Hey y'all!
Welcome. I know we took
A long time.
a long time to come back. It was we had to take a break though to
Much
refresh
needed, much needed.
ourselves, handle some personal business. We really miss seeing y'all every week.
No. Hey y'all! Hey y'all!
So happy to be back. We are going. So this is going to be, I don't want to say a comeback show, but that's what we titled it, a comeback show, just so we can give y'all some updates, tell y'all what we got going on. We is gonna get back into the flow of things. As y'all hear, our family playing in the
Y'all
background, the
know.
one
Shout out to the
band,
one
the
band.
one band. We appreciate all their support and everything. They always supporting us, and so we make sure that we always support them. Looking forward to seeing them next weekend. Definitely miss them.
Who shout dog? Well, y'all know y'all gotta come pick me up because I ain't
Yeah, so yeah, we went the last time and it wasn't as bad as what I thought it was.
Yeah,
What
it
I
wasn't that bad.
But it definitely was time to go after they played because, no pun intended, really like RE, but y'all Kraus is giving Sugar Daddy vibes, and that's too much for me.
Yeah, I decline. Respectfully.
That was just too much. Um, but we're always transparent, and we talk about, our break was only supposed to be for the summer. Um, we definitely had, as we stated, some personal things that we were going through. Um, I ain't really shed too much light on nowhere about what was happening. And of course, me and Phyllis talk frequently all the time, keep each other updated. Because the one thing that we had to do is make sure our mental health was on point. We talk about that on every show. It is very important, especially with the seasons changing and daylight savings time is coming. It's already starting to get dark a little bit too early for me.
Too early.
Y'all know I like my sun, and I'm right as
She
a
need it.
motherfucker already. I need every drop of sun possible.
Drip drop.
And like that week that we had that rain, I was no good.
I think everybody was struggling the week that we had all that rain. Like everybody.
Yeah. And prayers to anybody that was affected by the hurricane. It definitely looked real rough through the pictures and the videos that was everywhere. So we definitely have our prayers with y'all. But while we on the topic of mental health, because we always talk about it, what were some things that you did for your me time?
Well, y'all know me. The gym is my happy place. But even the gym started to not be my happy place just because everything was like weighing heavy on me. So a lot of stuff like that I just started to do was like disconnect. I disconnected from Facebook and Instagram for like about 30 days. Um, had to remove some people out of my life, or I'm gonna say fall back from some things, some situations. But my biggest thing now is I'm kind of getting back into my rhythm. So honestly, music, and I know this is gonna sound so crazy, but music literally is therapy for me. And believe it or not, like I listen to the one band every day, y'all, every day. So like I really go hard for them. Like those my bros, that's family. But like their music really, they like at work. That's how
That energy.
I just be coolin'. Like I come to work blasting it. Even some of the former band members, I listen to their music as well. I ain't trying to sound shady, y'all, but y'all, if you know, you know. So I listen to their music too.
Hey,
Um,
friends.
hey, friend. But yeah, like I honestly, I would say like music is probably one of the biggest things that really helped me with my me time, like and my LED lights. Y'all understand that,
We're gonna come back to that. Yes, music is definitely one of those things that is very therapeutic. and I'll get in the car and go for a drive. Have no
She
destination.
like driving. I don't.
Yeah, I ain't I ain't gonna lie. Some of y'all on this road on 295, y'all be pissing me
Throw
off.
the license in the trash.
Y'all really be making me mad. I guess y'all be thinking because I got them Texas tags, I don't know where I'm going. I do. But music definitely helps me recenter myself. I have different playlists for different energies and things that I need. But I'm not gonna lie, like right now I got a favorite song that I gotta listen to every morning to start my day. I don't know. Something about DJ Khaled energy in the morning. Cause I'm not a morning person.
He loud.
So yeah, in order for me to get moving, it's definitely DJ Khaled. And that Fam Good We Good song with Roddy Ricch and Gunna, that's my my morning song, so I can get it together.
I haven't listened to that song because in the morning before I go to work, I listen to gospel, praise the Lord. And I've been heavy on Ty Tribbett, Everything New, that whole album. The whole album rocks. So I listen to that in the morning. Sometimes I continue listening to it while I'm in the car, but then somehow for the last week, it's this one particular show that the one band did with Ronnie, and they sang "Unloyal" and "Pressure." And "Unloyal" has had me in a chokehold for like 3 months. Okay. But her version of Unloyal, like the go-go version of Unloyal and Pressure by the one band, man, that's a song. I be really in the car like singing real hard.
So I'm gonna be honest, I never heard the real version until after I heard Ronnie sing it.
Me too.
I had no idea. Like I just
no idea what the song Unloyal was until I heard it.
Summer Walker, thank you for giving the band a great song.
Yes.
Well, that song
still got me in the chokehold.
Yes. I still be wanting to hear every show. There was a couple songs about a band that had us in the chokehold.
Throw Babies. I can't listen to the original Throw Babies. Bishop King did that. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to him. Yeah. Bishop, you did that. So you are the reason why I like that song.
We gonna need you to come hit that song one time for the year.
And I only listen to your version and the band's version of that song. So yeah, that's it.
Definitely music. Being that I telework, I only have to go into the office once a week. Praise God. But I make sure that I go outside. Like I'm just not confined to the house. I do have a job that requires me to be in front of the computer a lot more than previously. So every break that I get, sometimes I even put a customer on hold and I walk away and just make sure I come back within 7 minutes. Because sometimes, let me say, people can do that transfer of energy. It's not just in person. They can do that shit over the phone and it will really throw you off. So I definitely got to get my fresh air, take a walk, the music. If I'm feeling off, that's when I really like. I would just have a day of gospel music.
Praise the Lord.
But for the most part, for me, yes, it was really like music, or like I would just have days where I wouldn't have contact with nobody other than just working, because sometimes it's like if you know that you're in a certain space, you don't want it to rub off on anyone else in your tribe, and so you just kind of like shut down from everything and everybody. I think being back is gonna be really good now,
because I missed y'all. Hey y'all.
And if y'all didn't see Fearless interview last week, y'all need to go check that out. She interviewed with YBC. I've actually did an interview with her as well earlier in the year. Her energy, and she's so sweet.
She is. So it was like talking to your auntie or something.
Yes. It was really a nice interview, and I was happy I got a chance to catch it. I posted it on the page. I need y'all to go check out Fearless interview.
Once I get it, I will post it to my IG page. It is on my personal Facebook page. But once I get the final copy of it, I will definitely post it to Instagram and probably like little clips on TikTok. you know.
Y'all, when they have that thing to say vote for your favorite educator, y'all just need to put Phyllis' name in it. Put
Oh,
Phyllis'
thank
name in it.
you. But thank you.
Yes, like I done seen a couple times I done had to check on Phyllis when she be at work because y'all nieces and nephews is rough. I'm not claiming them kids, but y'all nieces and
Y'all
nephews.
listen. Teachers is tired, like for real. And I know people, probably don't really understand it, but like mentally, this is hard. Like I said in my interview, if you guys ever get a chance to check it out, we are really teaching COVID kids. We are really teaching kids with no social, emotional skills or anything, and they not only do they lack those, but they lack academically. So it's hard. Like it's really days where I'm tired. Like last week, I literally doing my planning was sitting in my room with the lights off with my head down on the desk because I was just like, if I could have left out the building and never came back, I'd have left out the building and never came back. So, yeah, man, that's why I feel like that's another reason why I've been going so hard in the gym now because it's like
You gotta release it.
I gotta get that out. Like I literally be zooming to the gym, and I'm in the gym, and once I put my music on, yes, go and cardio is an amazing thing. You put that on, I really be in the club in the gym.
The whole time I really want to try go Zumba. I forget they used to have that at the work.
I'm not into that because I'm be like, where the weights at? Like,
I just want to try just to see.
but yeah, they do have it. They do have. I know they was doing it outside, but it's ain't good. It ain't good. But I don't really like Zumba though. But to each his own.
It's just good cardio.
It is.
I don't know. I've seen a couple people on Instagram showing different cardios. Like, y'all know I used to talk about dang, I forgot her name, but she sells like a lot of CMOS products in the Temple Hills area. She was doing some type of workout where they had on these shoes. They had like this big old space, like it was like
Oh, like the
shoes.
bouncy shoes.
Yeah, and
See,
like,
I'm.
I'm a little clumsy, y'all, and I'm not clumsy in heels. I'm clumsy in tennis shoes because I took a tumble on my birthday weekend. But I'm really that clumsy all the time. Sober
Oh
or
yeah, you
drinking.
did. I was there.
Yeah, I had war bones and everything for a couple of days. But I'm really that clumsy all the time. Don't ask me why. People think it's because I be drunk, but like I'm way more clumsy and sober, y'all. I fall up the steps at least once a day.
That's deep.
I don't know. I'm gonna blame my daddy. Uh, but it's so many different things that you can do for your me time, whether it's going to a spa, taking a workout class. I know, like, for my dad's age, I want to say age range in his era, I know he does like swimming, which I was surprised. I said, "You this old now? You running around how to swim? Okay."
Oh yeah.
But it's so many different things now that they offer all throughout the city. And trust me, my dad is one of them people who is like, no, I need my mask everywhere I go. So just make sure that you do your research for all these classes and their sanitary guidelines and stuff.
Mhm.
Um, and get your kids involved too, because it's important that they have their me time and they're able to release any
But
emotion.
teach them that they can't always have me time every time while they in school.
Mm.
You can take a break, but you don't have to take a break every 10 minutes. Cause I can't take a break every 10 minutes.
Yeah, you have to get them to a place where they can communicate well about
Their feelings.
their feelings so that they actually can process them so they can communicate them to another adult instead of just having that initial reaction of just anger. Um, because a lot of the kids don't know how to express themselves, and so it just comes out like they're either really mean and rude or they're just angry.
No, these kids mean like for real. The some of the stuff that they say to each other, like I would have never said stuff like that. I mean, I wouldn't even say that now, as an adult, but some of the stuff that they say to each other, like these kids are really mean, like really mean, and I be having to catch myself every day because I really be wanting to like try little nieces and nephews up, but I don't want no phone calls, and I need my job, so
But for a
that part.
kid, you feel like it's learned behavior. Like they've heard somebody say that, or somebody said that to you.
I work in middle school. I honestly have never heard kids talk the way that they talk, and it's not even just cursing, it's the sexual stuff that comes out of their mouths. Like, I'm sitting here, like, in 8th grade, I played basketball, and I had every cornrow style that Allen Iverson had. Like, that's what I was doing in 8th grade. These girls got weave down to the floor, they got nose rings, nails longer than mine. Like, they got belly buttons pierced, and it's too much. It's too much. So when I do get to work with kids that are actually acting age appropriate, it's so refreshing. Um, but that doesn't happen often. It should.
I think them lines got blurred of really truly understanding that giving your kid everything that you did not have did not mean you changed the age appropriate things that you gave them.
Because it's still just like I just don't feel like a middle school girl needs to have a crop top on for what. I don't
Not a
even like babies being in two pieces, but that's a
not a
whole another
crop
story.
top, not the bundles, not the piercings all over the body. Your ears is all you need. Just get in high school first. At least do a year or two of high school before you. But that's just my personal opinion. I don't have no kids. I'm not telling y'all how to raise y'all kids because y'all get real.
Yeah, don't get mad because we ain't had no kid. I'm just telling y'all what I see all day, every day,
Y'all get
Monday through
spicy.
Friday.
Y'all get a little bit spicy when we. Ain't nobody telling you how to parent. Sorry, we just giving
I'm
suggestions
just saying,
from the outside.
my bad. But
Um,
if y'all knew some of the stuff that was coming out your kids' mouths,
Yeah, these kids is different. I seen some little kids get off the bus the other day, and I know it was elementary school. The little boy cussed more in 60 seconds than I probably cussed in a work day. And it didn't even all go together.
Yes, these kids don't know how to curse. They just be saying anything, and I literally told my kids, I said, y'all just be out here saying anything. Y'all curse words don't even go together.
And I mean, a kid is going to do what they want when they're not around you, but please be mindful of what you let your kids, what I would say, pour into them or get things to pour into them that is not all aggressive and derogatory because that plays a part on their mental as well. Um, so we're gonna branch over, and since we was talking about boundaries, do you think there is a limit or there should be a boundary to freedom of speech?
Okay, this is what I think, cause y'all, everybody asking, about Kanye business. That ain't my business. Okay, at this point, but I just feel like nowadays people are sensitive, but then I also understand it from like a business point of view. So when you are speaking or whatever, like your job and all of those things, those are private entities, those are private companies. So when you speak out against certain things, yes, these companies have the right to fire you, they have the right to let you go. But also at the same time, it's just like we all have our own opinions, whether we vocalize them publicly or privately. We all have our own opinions. We all have said things. I think that there's a difference between freedom of speech and spewing things that could cause hate or could cause an uproar or something like that. My issue when it comes to freedom of speech is it's only a big issue when it's anti everything else, but when it's anti black, y'all don't have anything to say. Like as soon as Elon Musk bought Twitter, people was on there, just typing the word nigger just because, and it's just like, but why? Like, what was the purpose? Like, to me, that's not really an opinion. An opinion is what you think about something or certain things. But when you are spewing hate speech or something like that, like to me, that's where I feel like you could cut it off there. But if my opinion is Nike is better than Adidas, there's no reason for anybody to get mad at that.
Right.
So, and then it's like, okay, well, what's your definition of anti-Semitic? Because again, people are always talking about black people and hate speech and stuff like that. So it's like, make that make sense. So somebody saying, "Hey, officer, security at work." He said, "I'll just keep my thoughts to myself because 9 times out of 10 they won't be able to receive it."
And I think that's where the world is, period.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of people, because once they feel a certain way on the subject, they totally block out any other opposite views.
There's no open mindedness to other people's opinions, or even if you're just having a healthy dialogue, it doesn't always have to turn into, oh, well, you're anti this or you're anti that. And it's like, no, it's just that I don't agree with certain things. Just like, I'll use Matt Barnes for example. I think Matt Barnes is super dope. Matt Barnes said that he does not think that trans women should be able to play in the WNBA, and I totally agree. But it's not anything against trans women. Like, if that's what you want to do, that's cool. But
It's unfair.
It's unfair because at the end of the day, science, genetics, biology, you still have a better advantage than a natural born woman. That's just it at the end of the day. Not saying that your skill set may be even better, but we're talking about strength, even height, body type, like all of that plays a role. So do I believe in everyone being inclusive? Yes. But I just feel like that is something where it's just like it goes beyond just the gender of it all.
And I'm gonna be honest, the only way that would ever make sense is they would have to start a whole nother league.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if it's a girl who was trans, it would not be fair for her to be in the NBA. So it's like you have to kind of like be realistic with certain things. But I made a statement and a couple people got a little bit angry with me because I said a lot of friendships don't be having serious conversations. And if y'all had certain conversations with these friend groups that y'all had, a lot of y'all wouldn't be friends no more because of that difference of opinion and things that they just don't talk about. And just to give y'all some background, because we're not even going to go into the whole Kanye West debacle, is Kanye West is in a whole different tax bracket. We don't know what demons and what battles he had to fight or whatever. And I'm not saying that he do or don't have mental health things, but because I have done certain research myself years ago, I know that different levels come with different devils. And while I may not agree with everything that he has said, you still have to respect it. That is his perspective. He did his own research. That's what he came to the conclusion of. He messed up his own business, but I don't really think he's upset about it. But it's just getting into a space where sometimes you just have to agree to disagree and still be respectful. I don't always think canceling somebody because you don't agree with how they're moving is great, because some of y'all is cool with deadbeat daddies and deadbeat baby mamas and deadbeat mamas. So no.
Somebody said Kanye can afford to talk crazy. You are absolutely correct.
And that part, because it ain't gonna change.
I can't afford that.
It ain't gonna change my check. Now on this here platform, I'm gonna say whatever I feel, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. But it's never gonna be a hate speech. I'll just be like, well, I don't agree with that. I don't see why they said that. But it's never gonna be anything towards another group, race, gender of people. I think, unfortunately, we are in a very sensitive era in the world because God rest his soul. But if Bernie Mac was still here,
I say this all the time. If Bernie Mac was still here, Bernie Mac would have been canceled because when you look at Bernie Mac's old stand-ups and how he was talking about the LMNOP people in my Carlos Miller voice, like I love me some Carlos Miller. Bernie Mac would have definitely been canceled, and I really don't like cancel culture because I just feel like everybody shouldn't be canceled. Like
They're putting their personal feelings in it.
right, and if you think about it, some people are working for companies that they don't even care for, the CEO's thought process or whatever. But you making a certain amount of money, so you still gonna be there. Me on my band, I'm gone because I'm not about to be a part of.
Some of y'all still support brands that them owners.
Some of y'all black folks so pressed to be in Gucci and Balenciaga and all this other stuff that has clearly, at this point, Balenciaga is definitely a social experiment because ain't no way. Ain't no way. But y'all be so pressed to be in all these brands, and these people don't even want you in their brands. Like, if you look at the history of a lot of their stuff, it's rooted in slavery or it's rooted in racism, or it was never made for us and things like that. But people don't want to stop giving them money. Like, I still don't understand, Jim Jones. You went Gucci and did all this wow rah rah, but you still purchased. You got mad because they didn't recognize who he was when you walked in there, but you still dropped 30 racks in there. Make that make sense.
I don't know how you drop 30.
I don't even shop at the beauty supply store if they follow me around. Oh no, you think I'm about to go to jail for $2.99 grease? Oh, I gotta go.
I just feel that if you get yourself into an opportunity, do all your research before you sign that deal, before you go any further. Don't just think about the money, because money is still the root of all evil.
That's the name.
You can't take it with you when you die.
It's not the money, it's the love of money. The love of money is the root of all evil because that's just a piece of paper. But it's how people love it and how people basically worship money. And I'm not saying that money can't get you to a certain level of happiness, because I get it. Like, being impoverished is rough, being broke is rough. But however, we put too much emphasis on, oh well, I'm gonna go ahead and sign this contract because it's this, but then there's all this other stuff that come along with it. So you gotta move cautious when it comes to dealings with money.
Yeah, it's be real careful because you'll get entangled in something, and in essence, it'll be almost like you selling your soul, and getting it back, you'll be going through hell. So,
Which it looks like some of these.
It's been a lot of people in the industry that I don't know if y'all really pay attention. There's been a lot of people that's done fake disappeared because that money, that deal that they signed was not right, and they can't speak out about it. Like, if I find this clip, it was a clip I saw about Dave Chappelle, talking about everything that happened with Comedy Central and Dave Chappelle show, where that was his show that he pitched, but because of the deal that he signed, he could never have a Dave Chappelle show anywhere ever again. He would have to change the whole name because Comedy Central owns the rights and the likeness of his name, which is fucked up, but they own them rights. So be careful with any type of moves that involve money, with any type of business, any type of opportunities. Don't just look at them to chains. And we're not telling you not to voice how you feel. I feel like just make sure that when you having these conversations with people, you're able to listen to that other perspective, because that's the only way that we can grow, is if we're able to listen to everyone's perspective.
Gotta be open-minded, because sometimes just because somebody is opinion is different from yours, don't mean they're a bad person. Their thought process is just different. So I think that's just something else, that just being open-minded. And I think if we're more open-minded, then we wouldn't be so quick to cancel people. So
exactly. Because different people have different experiences growing up, and just because I might have, just like we talked about this before, you grew up in a 2 parent household, I grew up in a 1 parent household, but I shared time with the other parent. We have similar experiences, and then there's a lot of things that we have differences about. But it doesn't mean that the overall, morals that we were taught are not the same. And so that's why I think with a lot of y'all friend circles, cough cough, y'all need to have some real conversations about things that you value with your friends, because I'm gonna be honest, it may make y'all look at them differently. There's a video going viral right now of, it was 3 guys in a car. One of the dudes was telling the reason why he wasn't taking care of his kids. The reason why he said he wasn't taking care of his kids is because he said his baby mama cheated on him
What
and is
them
dealing with another
children?
nigga. And the nigga
What them
driving the
children
car
got
was
to do with
like,
that?
"What the fuck that got to do with you taking care of your kids?"
Oh, I'd have kicked him out the car.
He did. By the end of the video,
Yeah, 'cause
he
I
said,
ain't see
"Slim,
it.
you gotta get out." He said, "I don't fuck with nobody who don't take care of their responsibility." He said, "That's a soft ass, weak ass excuse." He was like, "Because your kids is your kids. They can't change what their mama did. Like, you not with her no more, but them kids is still yours." And like the Slim was man, he was like, "What you mean get out the car? Like, I came here with you." He's like, "I don't give a fuck how you get home, but we not cool no more. I don't." He's like, "I don't fuck with that shit."
Yeah, I ain't working with that. And honestly, I could say that like it's some people that I just fell back from just because I wasn't liking how they were moving. Like I can't stand somebody that always gotta be the victim when a lot of times the stuff that they do and the stuff that they say is the reason why they sitting in the situations that they sitting in. And I don't have time for that. Like you need a lot of times. Oh, I just had this conversation with my brother today, but I said, a lot of people are miserable because of situations and things that they created, and then they refuse to change those things or that situation that they created. So then they continuously go in this endless cycle, but you still complaining and you still miserable about the same things. And it's like, okay, when does it get to the point where we separate what we control and what we can't control, and then work on taking away whatever is making us miserable, whether it's people, places, things, whatever.
Yeah, and so like I get a lot of flack behind saying this, but I don't really care. Um, my mental health is more important to me than it will ever be to anybody else, whether it's family, friend, whatever. So if I feel that there's a person who is jeopardizing my growth and everything that I've done, I don't care what your title is. I got to separate myself from that. Not saying that I can't be cordial with you, but I don't want to share my space with you right now because you're going to jeopardize all the hard work that I've done. And I done had a long journey and I don't want to go backwards. So, regardless of who you are, I have to separate myself in order for me to, one, learn how to deal with you if you're staying on that level, and two, to know how to respond to you when you're trying to take me to a different place.
But I feel like, and this is where the differences even come in now with generations, because literally people take everything so personal, and a lot of times it's not about you. Like if I literally just tell you like I don't feel like it today, or I don't want to be around people today. Oh well, what's wrong with you? Now this the older generation. Oh, what's wrong with you? It's just I just don't feel like being bothered today. Just like it was plenty of times where y'all didn't feel like being bothered, but y'all swept that under the rug. No, like I will go into my class and be like, listen, y'all, I ain't really feeling it today, so this is what we about to do. Like, but I'm not gonna be rude or nasty towards you, but I'm just letting you know. But if y'all understand the population I deal with, like I have to go in there and be like, listen, this is what it is, whatever. But like just overall with people, sometimes people really when you are expressing like, hey, I'm just not in the mood right now, or this, that, it really they really take it personal if you don't respond a certain way. And like I'm the type of person like, oh, are you okay? Like I'm not gonna be like, oh well, I'm not gonna talk to you right now because no, I'm gonna be like, are you good? Like, especially if I care about you. Now, if you just somebody that I don't feel like it today, you want to give me all that, I'm just not gonna respond to you because I'm not gonna waste some things. You just ain't worth wasting your energy. But being able to vocalize that this is not it, or when you're not okay with something or someone, like people just need to really understand understand that. And I think we are putting a lot more emphasis on mental health these days, because back then I just feel like a lot of people brushed a lot of things under the rug, especially in the Black community. Like, we it's a lot of things that weren't talked about, a lot of things that were taboo, and people walk around like they were okay and they really weren't.
You're still carrying trauma.
Yes, and some of y'all aunties and uncles and great aunts and great uncles still walking around carrying mess, that, and the person dead, the person been gone, and they still walking around carrying that mess. Like, we got to do better.
That's one of the reasons why I'm like 10 times more serious in this decade of my life about my mental health than I was in my 20s, because in my 20s I was real like carefree, be around everybody. I felt like, I had to be surrounded by people because I didn't know how to deal with my own stuff. But once I learned how to deal with my stuff and learn like it's okay, you gotta let it out, you gotta process it, you gotta learn how to react. You can't let little things trigger you. Um, in this decade of my life though, like look, I'm a voice where my boundaries are. I'm a voice where I'm at today. And though I have healed, I am pretty much the same person when it comes personality wise. I'm the same person. I'm just not an angry person. Like I don't have an underlying like anger issue anymore. Like it's gone. So I might be mad in that current moment, but once that moment has passed, I'm good. Next day, hey y'all, what's up?
And it's okay to feel how you feel, which is something that I really I emphasize all the time, even with my students. Like, it's okay to feel how you feel. And my thing is learning to feel other emotions, because I think it's so many other emotions besides happy, sad, mad. Like, you can feel anxious, you can feel nervous, you can feel
disappointed.
Just like, it's so many different things. But I definitely agree with you. Like I said, my 30s is for me, and I'm going to live for me and do me unapologetically. And I really see like my friend group has dwindled down a lot. And honestly, I don't got no beef with nobody. Like, if we talk, we talk. I'm really at the point, like, if you hear, you hear. If you're not, you're not. That's why even with everything that's going on, like, I'm appreciative of those that truly support me and that truly are there. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those people that I could be having the worst day and still uplift my friend. Be crying, like that little meme talking about, you could be sitting there crying, but you can still be. Yeah, I'm not crying. Like, it be tears in my eyes, but I'm still going, hold my friends down. So I just really think that, like, these 30s is mine. Like, and everybody can't come with you, as you can see, to move forward. So.
Y'all know one thing I'm gonna do is have a joke for y'all. Cause I don't know, laughing is very therapeutic for me. That's always just been my personality. I'm gonna have a joke. It might be a real slight one. It might be very intentional, but that's always gonna be. I could be like she said, you can be having a bad day. I'm still gonna make a joke. I'm still gonna make a joke.
Oh, because one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna laugh, whether it's appropriate or inappropriately.
And we do all the time.
All the time.
So as far as like what we were discussing and making sure in this decade, we really take our own mental health serious. Um, so Shayla's not a older sibling, but I'm an older sibling.
Yeah, not at all.
And y'all know I have a lot of siblings. First of all, a lot, but specifically I have a younger sibling that she's in a different decade in her life where I'm trying to be more understanding. And because I know exactly how she was raised and it's completely opposite, I kind of like, I'd never want to sound like another parent to her. But because she wants to be surrounded by me and so many people that are close to me, I have to kind of like give her a guidance of if she does something that we may look at as crazy, I'm like, okay, so maybe you shouldn't have did it like this. And there's always been a disconnect there. Like, I'm talking calmly, just like we talking now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's me or just how I talk, but it always comes back and is greeted with like this real angry temperament that I for the life of me don't understand. It's just me trying to explain to you, I know you were raised differently, so this is the other side of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just got to a point where, I just got tired because it is very draining to try and help somebody not be on a crash course
Mm-hmm.
and trying to give them insight, but sometimes I think they get so caught up of, oh, you're just my sibling. But like, no, I have experiences that I may not have expressed to you, but I had a lot of experiences that I wanted you to avoid because I already went and did
But
that.
sometimes you gotta let people crash and burn on their own.
And
But
that's what I had
siblings or
to.
not, like sometimes you just because everybody not gonna listen. You can't. My thing is you can't save everybody.
Mm,
You can try your best, advise them, but sometimes people really got to crash and burn on their own, and it's sad or it's hurtful because that's your sister or your family or your friend or somebody you really care about. But it's just like everybody's not your assignment.
yeah.
That was the message 2 weeks ago at church. Shout out to Reverend Felicia. Okay. And so this is what I tell myself every day now. When I'm at work, all them kids ain't my assignment. So maybe your sister just not your assignment. Like this is
Yeah.
she just ain't your assignment. And you could try as much as you can, but sometimes because we want to be that go-to person for everybody, that's just it's draining to us because that's not our assignment. But we keep trying and trying and trying, and it's like no. And then sometimes there's something else she said. That message was good, y'all. Sometimes she said you're blocking that person's growth because you're trying so hard to be there for them and make them your assignment when you just gotta fall back and let them do what they needs to do, and then their growth and have their growth and their elevation. And I feel like that's just what it is. Like this is
Yeah. I'm like, and I had this conversation over the last couple of weeks is because, so in my 20s, like I said, it was a lot of things going on for me personally. And I felt like because I was all over the place, I wasn't being the best sibling. But again, just like a parent, there's no guidebook on how to be the oldest sibling and how to do things the right way. So I got to a space at the end of my 20s where I was focused on getting my life back together, getting on track so that I could be more present. And I think that's the part that I was just holding on to, which I feel like I probably shouldn't have went as hard because then it got in the space of some people being comfortable because they know that they could rely on me for everything. And I was always showing up, but I wasn't allowing enough time to show up for myself. And so when I chose myself this time, people got a little bit confused, and I'm just like, no, I'm
and
just
that's okay
tired.
because that's where I'm at in life where I really had to start to choose myself because and I talked about that in the interview how I always want to show up for everybody and to show up to everything, but I'm not showing up for myself. So yes, you get to the point where you have to be selfish, and in order, and I feel like sometimes you gotta be selfish because if you can't show up for yourself, you truly can't show up for everybody else. So you have to, and I have said this, I've had this with conversation with so many different people, like you have to be able to show up for yourself first and foremost before you can show up for anybody else. I've literally had friends where I'm like, you can't be my friend right now because you can't even be the friend that I need you to be to yourself. So you gotta do what you need to do. Be selfish with your energy, with your time, because you can't be that big sister right now because you're not showing up for yourself. And so hopefully maybe this will be a learning experience for your sister, but it's just hard to determine Because you just never know. Like, I don't talk to my older brother. I have an older brother, older blood brother. I don't talk to him. I tried to talk to him. I did my part. You did your part. So it's nothing else that I can do. So when y'all hear me talking about my brothers, I'm talking about Damo and Aaron and Marcus. Then my three, those my brothers. Like, and I do have a real brother, but you can only do but so much. Then at that point, you find that peace with yourself. You tried, did the best as you could. So now you got to fall back. Hopefully that person will learn from it. But you can't walk around with guilt either because
my bad, dog.
No, but I'm just saying because some people will feel guilty because they, especially when it's your sibling, that okay, well, then our relationship isn't working out, or our relationship is this, or our relationship is that. But
I think they're humans too. Like having to explain this. First of all, having to explain this to your parent because your parent never wants to see siblings go through things. But I just really had to tell my dad, like, I love you, but mind your business because we're all adults. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not mad at anybody. If anybody want to call me, they can call me. We can have a conversation. But for my dad, I wanted him to stay out of it because you have expectations over all of us that he don't even realize he put on us. And that had played a major part in a lot of things because you expect me to always show up and do these things, and I don't ever get a real chance to say no. That like, oh, I'm tired. Like, no, I got siblings on this side, I got family on this side too. So it's like I cannot always be present. And y'all, I'm telling y'all, most of 2022, it was rough. Like trying to show up be there for my mom, for siblings, for myself. Then we had the podcast. I was working full time and a part time job. Like I was always on the go to the point where I was burnt out. By the time May came, I'm like, bro, I'm over it.
I definitely get that because this is how I know that my time as an educator is coming to an end. Because when I took off for the summer, like it just felt so good to not have to get up and go to work or worry about grades or do lesson plans. Like I was able to do what I wanted when I wanted to do it. I mean, even though this summer I spent most of it in and out the hospital with my mom to take care of my mom and my dad because this year, like she said, 2022 has been rough. Yeah, 2022 can go to hell in a handbasket immediately, and it's not even over yet. So it's definitely been rough for me. Just taking care of my mom, and then back in April, both of my parents was in the hospital at the same time, and it was in two different hospitals. One was uptown, the other one was in PG County. So, and working, running back and forth, trying to maintain the gym, and at the time trying to maintain a relationship when your partner wasn't even showing up for you how you wanted them to. So yeah, 2022.
It was a lot, y'all.
Yeah, for real, y'all. Like
and we was still trying to show up every Sunday and had this smile on our face. I say one thing about the podcast is like it is peaceful for us. We always just have great energy on the show. Sometimes when that personal stuff starts seeping through, it's like yeah, we had to take that break.
Yeah, it really became a lot. This year has been ass.
Yeah, and I still, 33. I said, "Ooh, divine."
Okay, because 33 has been trash.
Yeah.
Going in the bag.
I'm saying 34. I was doing some praying and some manifesting before 34 came in. It didn't start on the greatest note, y'all. If y'all follow me on social media, y'all seen this. I might break my window down U Street on my birthday while I was done there, but everything happened for a reason. Like, got it fixed 2 days later. It's all good. I don't know why y'all did it because y'all ain't take nothing, but it is what it is. But we really wanted to have this show to just jump back in, give y'all update. We do got some upcoming events coming up for y'all. You're gonna see some flyers drop.
My birthday coming.
Yes, Phyllis' birthday is coming out. It is less than 2 weeks away now.
Yes, like 10 days. 10 days.
Um, y'all can probably catch up with us. So I'm gonna say that we're gonna be outside a little bit, a little bit. You know, we always go support the band. So if y'all see us post anything about the band, we will definitely be out and support them. Once I get the full information, because the band is having they doing prom next year in
Yes,
February. They
we
doing
will be
prom.
back in Altoona. February the 11th. I believe that is either the weekend before President's Day or the
Yeah, the
weekend.
weekend before.
Yeah. So they will be having an adult prom. They just released the packages and the prices. My hotel room has been booked since like 3 months ago. It's been booked. So I'll be there, same hotel I was at last year. Definitely, y'all, it ain't shit to do in Altoona, but I tell y'all, I had the time of my life.
Y'all, I wasn't there.
Young. I had a blast,
I
man.
wasn't
I
there. I
had a
missed it.
blast. I didn't do nothing but eat and be lit the whole time, but
Hey, but I'm going. I'm going this time. I'm going in February.
yes,
Going.
if anybody can find
Mm.
me a dope sneaker to wear to prom, because they think I'm about to wear a heel, but I'm like, y'all don't understand. This is a go prom. So I don't think that people in Altoona don't really understand. So if y'all can find me a dope, probably low cut sneaker, please DM me.
I'm gonna have to find me some dunks. That's
Okay, I really want some dunks. I really want some dunks. So if y'all keep buying all the damn dunks, shit.
Well, you going to the right city to do it.
I am, because they don't buy shoes up there. But anyway, yeah, I've been to Altoona. It's back, but I had fun though. But yeah, so y'all, anybody can send me a dope sneaker. Because I really need a sneaker before I got this all planned out in my head. I need a sneaker before I can get the dress, so I know what I'm working with. But hold me down,
I'm gonna just say I'm looking for a stylist because let me tell y'all what I do every time I get dressed to go to an event. I call on my best friend Bubbles and be like, "Do this go together?" Now, if I'm just dressed down, tennis shoes, that's not the problem. But it's when I'm dressing up that's the problem because I don't always dress up. Um, but yeah, so I will post some about that event as well as we're gonna have a 2000s throwback party. We will be accepting donations. If you donate something at the door, you get to eat. That's all I'm saying. If you donate something at the door, you get to eat. Um, you'll be able to get drinks there. You cannot bring any alcohol into this event. I will be posting the flyer within the upcoming weeks about this event. It is going to be a holiday event. We're looking forward to doing this because we weren't able to do our cookout this year.
I know.
And a lot of people asked. So I'm going to make sure that y'all are on that list to definitely be involved with that. We're going to be dropping some more episodes over the next. We're going to be recording a lot. We might not be live every Sunday, but you will definitely get an episode.
Yes, y'all. We coming back. Just bear with us. The episodes might not even be 2 hours like they normally are, but give us a moment, y'all. We really have dealt with a lot. I'm still dealing with a lot personally, so just give us a moment. We're gonna get back in our rhythm. I'm hoping 2023 is a little bit better. Everything new. So
I'm gonna say the year this year for my year of 34 goes a lot. But I don't even want to just put it on 2020. I want it to start immediately. Like this year of 34.
Yeah, 33
treat me way better than 33. But we appreciate all of the supporters and everyone who tunes in, everyone who was checking on us throughout our extended break. People been asking, and we will be taking people for interviews. Um, we just got to work out some details before I get start booking people again because I do got a list of people already that we got to book and get settled. But we look forward to seeing y'all.
Yes, y'all.
We're happy to be back. Shout out to the NFC East. I can't say the Cowboys, but I know Phil is the Cowboys fan. They won today. Um, y'all know we still undefeated. Them Eagles.
They ain't going to the Super Bowl, but carry on.
I didn't say we was going to the Super Bowl. I just
mean,
said
we
we
not
still
either.
undefeated.
But carry on.
But I'm just happy that we is not the laughing stock of the NFL no more, because our division was not looking good for a minute. But
We got the top 3 teams in the division. I don't know about the other one.
yeah, if you're a Commanders fan, sorry, not sorry. I don't even feel right saying that out my mouth. But yeah, my bad, y'all.
Commander Team Skin Fan.
Yeah, whoever did that song for y'all is a no for me.
Somebody great uncle need to stop.
Yeah, it was a no for me.
They took y'all money at the studio, but and the engineers took y'all money too. But let me mind my business.
It looked like never mind. I'm not gonna say that on here. October was I know we're at the end of it, but October was Domestic Violence Awareness Month as well as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We had World Mental Health Day was actually on my birthday this year on 10/10. We're gonna talk a little bit about that in the following episode. Y'all gonna have to catch it. It's gonna drop later on this week. We did not want to hold y'all too long today.
Yeah, not too long.
We just wanted to come on here real quick.
I'm
tell
still
y'all
alive.
that we still here, right?
I'm still alive.
Hit y'all with the Jeezy welcome back. But we look forward to it. I know I've seen a lot of other podcasts have reached out to us too as well. Look forward to doing something with them.
Definitely.
And shout out to the people who really have great podcasts. Cause I didn't have the chance since we was on this break to listen to some, and
it's one group, but they're based in Europe. I love them. I can't remember the name, but they have a British accent. They are so funny.
Have you ever looked at a podcast and just been like, "But why would they say that?"
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Why would you do? That's how you.
Yes.
Yeah. So I really do have to do more research because we done had a bad experience one time before. So we're not doing that again. And Phyllis can spot some shit that I can't see. So I'm gonna listen. She's gonna listen, and then we'll make a decision. Y'all know we always wrap up our show with word of the week or quote of the week. And so I'm going to let Phyllis kick it off because Phyllis was preaching to me. She said, I'm not an older sibling. What am I going to have to say about that? But she can't do with that word, though.
Hallelujah. So I just want to say I'm so happy to be back on the platform. I definitely missed y'all. Again, thank you to everybody who has been supporting this journey from day one. Thank you to everybody who has reached out, whether it's a DM, call, text, Facebook Messenger, just checking up on me. I really do appreciate y'all. But I don't know if y'all saw the video that I posted earlier, but just show somebody some genuine love. Like in the video, I talked about a young lady. I don't know this girl, and we were standing at the altar, trying to catch our blessings, and actually Reverend Bill, shout out to COH Community Hope, throw your seeds in the air, asked us to like high five our neighbor or something like that. I don't remember, but I just know that like she hugged me, and like I looked at her, she was crying, it was like tears coming from her eyes, and like I just started rubbing her back, and like she hugged me, and she just hit me with the like she needed that. So this week, man, you just never know what somebody is going through. So whether it's a hug, whether it's a nice text message, whether it's a comment or just a phone call, anything, like show love on somebody this week, because you really don't know what people are going through. We are all battling something, whether it's publicly or silently. So I challenge everybody to do one act of kindness for somebody this week. And it doesn't have to be anything monetary. It literally could be just, hey, I'm just checking on you. I just called to say, I love you, or anything like that. So definitely random act of kindness this week, one random act of kindness. And y'all know always to remember to live.
For me, what I'm gonna say this week, I probably said this before, but I feel like it was just been heavy on my spirit this whole weekend. Um, a lot of people think that talent, their gift is for them, and it's actually for others. So sometimes you cannot give up on your talent or let your talent go to waste. Because there's somebody somewhere and somewhere that you might not even think about them hearing you. They are listening.
Who's the confirmations from you? Hallelujah.
They are listening. They need it. You're exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to do. And hearing some of the feedback, honestly, has let me know that this is what we're supposed to do.
I told y'all I'm gonna be famous for my words before I'm 40.
This is what we're supposed to do. So make sure that you are being mindful of how you use your talent, um, who you share it with, your goals for how you use your talent. Like be mindful of all of those things. And I meet people in the most random places and thinking sometimes,
Nah, for real.
and then you see somebody and you just be like, sometimes people don't know how to approach you. And so you don't know how to start that conversation. But once that conversation gets started, you be like, it's the reason why I need to talk to you.
That part.
So I want y'all to go into this week, really weigh on what your gift is, your talent, and how you can incorporate it into your everyday life. We love y'all. We gonna see y'all soon. I will drop the date of when the next episode is dropping. It will be before the end of the week. And we see y'all soon.
Bye, y'all.